Oh hey, didn't see you there. I was just a little busy being awesome. So, here it is, in all of its glory, and all of its metal, and everything else. Now, first off, before we really get into anything, I want to thank Mr. Ryan Parker for being the inspiration for making this, for having all of the knowledge that he's got to share with us, and blah, 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 other stuff nobody really cares about. Anyway, now, the stuff that you're going to need to start with, you're going to need some of these to begin with. Now, what is these? These is just flagging markers. They are just flags. They're flags. They'll cost you $7.99 is what I got them for. That might be highway robbery. I really don't know. But the good thing is that you can find everything that you need all in the same place. So just go to Lowe's or Home Depot or something. You'll be able to find everything. They come in a pack of 100. Now, if you want to, for symbolism or whatever, you can get another pack and then put 8 more in there. So now you've got 108. Either way, I really don't suggest doing less than 100, and certainly you can't do a whole lot more than say 120 or so. So 108 is a pretty good number, really, when it comes down to it. Now, next up, the thing that you're going to need is a steel pipe nipple. Okay? This one is 4 inches long. It's 3/4 inches wide, and the reason that I got that, as you can see here, I've got fairly smallish hands, so this is really all that I really need to grab. Now sometimes you see them, you can grab up here, that's just fine, whatever, to help adjust the use of how much force you're getting in the end here. But I found that 4 inches is really all that you need. You really don't want 5 inches, because the further up that you go here, the stiffer it's going to make this here to begin with, and it's nice to be able to have that go-between from having a lot of flex to having to it being rather stiff whenever you need it to change. So, and the pipe nipple is going to cost you around $1.99, somewhere in that area. That's what I got it for. Now we have the brass cap. This is probably one of the most expensive things that you're going to buy. For this little piece right here was what I got at Lowe's for $7.77. But it's important that you get one that fits, in this case 3/4 of an inch, and you really don't need a whole lot bigger. Here's the base for it, and it's just as simple as that. It's going to screw on eventually, but just make sure that it fits beforehand. Now, the thing that you're going to need to keep them together is JB Weld. This is really, really handy, and the great thing about this is, even though it only costs a couple of dollars, like I think it was like around $5 when I got it, I could be completely wrong. Well, yeah, JB Weld's only about $6. And the great thing is I've made 6 of these so far, maybe more, and they've all lasted this for however long, and I'm not even really halfway done with the bottles. So it's a great investment, and it's probably a good idea to use this with tons of other things that you can make. You know, the options are pretty much limitless depending on your imagination, your creativity. Now, some other things that you're going to need. You're going to need, this is what I use anyway, you're going to need something that you can wipe off and mix and do all that different stuff, the JB Weld with, and you're also going to need toothpicks. Okay? The reason for this is in its actual construction. Well, let's see, we'll just move on to construction. Now, to the actual construction of this, it is fairly straightforward, to be completely honest. First, take the flags and you undo them, and you get all of these off. This is going to be the most time-consuming part of the entirety of what you do, because once you actually get everything put together, you just have to leave it until the JB Weld sets. Now, this, you can just pull them off. You can take something sharp and run it across the end there and cut it off to help pull it off to make it easier. Whatever you want to do, that part's not important. Just make sure that you get the entirety of the flags off. Then, once you've got that done, you take your cap and you place it wherever, take your JB Weld, squirt it in equal amounts. I'm not going to show you the squirt in action because I can't do that on a good Christian image board here. Then mix them together with your toothpick so that they're good to go. Now, the trickiest parts. After you've mixed the JB Weld, make sure that you don't move it around anywhere. And I wouldn't suggest really more than halfway. Give or take is alright. After you've screwed in, you can do halfway or more, whatever. Just make sure that before you put this in that you don't put in more than about half because it might come out. Right? Then you just take all of the 100 that you found, and here's the thing. Don't just drop it in all at once. What's going to happen is it's going to push the JB Weld out to the sides and go up the sides, and the ones in the center are not going to bond. And then that's when you have problems like that. Unfortunately, this is the shoddiest one that I've made so far. Hopefully I'll be able to salvage it, but probably not. I'll probably just use it to beat passersby, whatever. So make sure that you don't put in more than, like, say, 5 at a time. Make sure that you move them around a little bit so that they get well coated with the JB Weld. Then here comes the simplest part. Once you've got the entirety of them, ouch. Here comes the simplest part. Once you've got the entirety of them in there, set it so it stands up straight somewhere and leave it overnight, or however long it takes JB Weld to set. When you come and get it in the morning, here you go, you'll be able to pick it up, and you're going to be able to go nuts with it. And there you go. That's how you make one of these. Some other little tips and tricks. Let's see. As per everything else, just as per anything else, you can just post on here. I'm certainly no wealth of information, but I'm sure our own Ryan Parker might want to say something or two about its use. I know that he already has. To be honest, if you're just kind of hiding behind your screen there and you don't really want to say anything, you're not a vocal type of person, then it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of take it, okay, stick out the appendage that you want toughened up, and you hit that and repeat until it is tough. That's my redneck karate right there. So, any other questions? Any other anything? I hope that this is of wonderful benefit to you. Let me tell you, it's one of the best tools that I've ever used. It's not the best. If you have any other questions or comments or anything like that, please be sure to post them. I'd be happy to help out in any way that I personally can. Again, I'm no great wealth of information, but I'm sure somebody else here would be very happy to help you. Let me tell you, let me vouch for this thing. It is one of the best things that I have ever had the pleasure to use in lots of ways, because having the confidence that your limbs are toughened up, especially if you don't have access to another person very often so that you can participate in ure tanren, is a wonderful thing. So, yeah. You can condition a number of places with it. Now I'm just starting to ramble. Anyway, let's see here. So, well, I got to get going anyway. So that's all I got. So, if use this. Get tougher, use it on your own students, do whatever, yeah. Let's see. I guess that's it.